School Street, Escola de Rio, taking the school to the street, providing education and care to children living and working on the streets of Rio in Brazil. Escola de Rio needs £5,000 for food donations, school resources and educational excursions to educate and improve the lives of the children living on the streets of Brazil. Street School is an outreach program in Rio, Brazil, which takes education and opportunity to the streets. The project provides street children with the opportunity to participate in creative learning activities and gives disabled young people access to an education they are unable to gain due to their circumstances. What is street school and why is it needed? The presence of vast numbers of unsupervised and unprotected children is a phenomenon in Brazil. Up to 8 million children between the ages of 5 and 18 live and work on the streets of urban Brazil. These children are excluded from society and forced to survive by any means necessary. They are frequently pushed into drug trafficking, petty theft, street properties and prostitution. Marginalized by society, street children are often victims of discrimination and physical violence. The street school also aims to provide safety, care and much needed love for these children, leading to increased confidence and self-worth. Because these children do not possess legal documents, they simply do not exist as citizens in the eyes of the law and wider society, and are therefore unable to access mainstream education. Street school provides these children with vital opportunities to access education, food and healthcare. Why we need your support. Although street school has no building, like other schools, we need to meet the needs of our students. To do this, our students need books, pens, pencils and educational excursions. But most importantly, food donations are an essential part of the street school's appeal, as this is a big attraction to people who may not have eaten for days. Many street children misuse inhalants such as glue, gasoline and lighter fluid to repress hunger, and food is crucial to keep our students mentally and physically fit. The £5,000 raised will provide the following: educational equipment, e.g. pens, pencils, paper, books, etc. Educational trips to museums, galleries, zoos, libraries and theatres. Hygiene and health packs, school uniform, t-shirts and jumpers, basic travel and refreshments expenses for 2 volunteer teachers. Edson was born to a teenage mother who was living on the streets of Rio de Janeiro. Edson was abandoned and left to fend for himself at a very young age. He has lived his entire life on the streets, surviving by any means necessary. Edson does not know his own age and has little recollection of his early childhood. At an estimated age of 17, Edson attended his first session at the street school. During the session, Thelma taught Edson to write and spell his own name. Edson is still attending the street school and is currently in the process of applying for his identification. Once obtained, this will allow him to seek a legal job. Marcia, 13, was also born and raised on the street but still had a strong relationship with her mother. Unfortunately, her mother was a drug user and a prostitute. Marcia started using solvents to deal with her traumatic upbringing. Street children typically fill an empty water bottle with a liquid solvent. This way they can continually inhale the vapors which repress their hunger and their sense of emotion. When Marcia first engaged with the school, she would use solvents for the duration of the lesson. After a few sessions, they convinced Marcia that the solvent was damaging her brain deployment and asked her not to use it during lessons. She agreed. Marcia now attends all lessons, therefore reducing her use of solvents and improving her concentration level. Aims and outcomes. To increase the number of sessions run at the Lago de São Francisco, promoting regular participation amongst young people in the area. To create other street school sites in Rio to increase the number of people we are reaching. To be awarded official charity status so that street school can become a sustainable project in Brazil. Clarity has worked with vulnerable people in both a creative and educational context for over 15 years. Working as a part of the Children and Families LEA team in London schools since 2005, she has provided support, guidance and care to children, young people and their families when they needed it most. She coordinated and conducted international social educational development projects between schools and NGOs in Brazil's shanty or slum towns. In recent years, she has worked closely with young people living in Brazil who are exposed to extreme violence and poverty.
I'm happy to provide a testimonial for Clarity Coddington and support Escola de Rua. I've seen Clarity in action in a North London school, and her dynamism, drive and determined commitment remained with me. She is a ball of creative energy, and young people respond to her and her ideas with wholehearted enthusiasm. Having got to know Clarity over the last few years, it is clear that her heart lies in Brazil and serving the most marginalised young people in the country, those that live and sleep on the streets. I have no doubt that Clarity will make a life-changing contribution to many children's lives in Rio and support her fully with Escola de Rua.